I haven't heard much about the Pomodoro method recently, but it used to be a big thing like 10 years ago. Basically, you work for 25 minutes non-stop, take a 5-minute break to relax in order to not get too tired from working for too long, and then start another 25-minute interval. Cool idea? In practice,
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
it has never worked for me. And I really tried. It just doesn't work with my personality and work style. Even the idea of forcing myself to focus on something for 25 minutes fills me with dread. So I would procrastinate before even starting the work, and then when I did, being forced to work feels terrible. Even if without a timer, I would have been able to work for 25 minutes with no issue. And then the 5-minute break just doesn't allow me to really relax. It's too structured. And 5 minutes is also enough time that I start thinking of something else, and it's hard for me to focus on work again afterwards. On top of that, a lot of deep work benefits from doing it all at once with no breaks and having all information in your quote-unquote RAM memory until you reach a mental checkpoint. Some tasks just straight up need 25 minutes just to get fully engaged. But I do use something similar to the Pomodoro method. The main draw of the Pomodoro method is that it structures your breaks. You have to take a break, so why not now? If I just let myself take a break whenever I want, I often end up spending half the day washing dishes, doing laundry, eating, etc. Even though all that stuff would have fit into like 2 hours out of the day if structured better. So here's my method that allows for a lot of flexibility. 10 minutes of non-stop work. You can even do 5. After that ends, you can stop or continue working for however long you want. If you prefer, start another 10-minute block. That's all. It's just an incentive to get started and not bounce from one task to another. And once you're in the groove, you start feeling comfortable with the task, it's easy to keep going. I don't have any rules for breaks. However, I do use an app like Toggle to track my work time, so that's my incentive to work more instead of forcing myself to end the break after a certain amount of time. Also refer to my prototype rules video for how to incorporate goals into it. You can set up white noise for 10 minutes. As long as the white noise is running, you need to keep working on the same thing. After it stops, you can take a break whenever you want. Or just have a non-distracting notification after 10 minutes. Enough that you notice it, but not so distracting that it forces you to take a break. Just a short ping sound. There is one more thing you can incorporate into this to keep your focus during this time, and that is a recurring reminder to focus. When doing something that requires intense focus, you can set up a signal every minute. That way, if you get distracted, you start doing something else, maybe instinctively go on your phone or just start thinking about something else without even realizing. When you hear that sound, you remember that you're supposed to be working. You drop what you were distracted with and go back to work. That's great for studying and any kind of deep work. But for a regular 8 hours of work, that's a lot of time to be intensely focused and is not really necessary. A lot of things at work are pretty shallow but need to get done. So forcing yourself to focus fully all the time just isn't efficient, and that focus would be better used for the intellectually challenging tasks, not answering simple emails. So I would use those tips only when something really needs to be thought through. But the 10 minutes until I'm able to take a break is always useful. So that's the method. 10 minutes of non-stop work, after which you can continue to work or take a break whenever you want. Just make sure that you rack up enough hours worked at the end of the day. If you find that you're getting distracted, set up ticks every minute to remind you to bring your attention back to the task. That's all you really need.